Hey guys, it's me, EOD Gamer here, and so just the other day I was talking to one of my friends in real life and he was saying it's not easy being a free-to-play in Honkai Star Rail because every single banner is so attractive. The character is always so nice, new characters. There's always like some upcoming character that's even better that everyone's like super anticipated for, probably go to meta, blah blah blah, and the light cones don't make it any easier for. So tons of decision making to do as a free-to-play and even a small spender. Very similar troubles that these two groups of spending categories will feel. In this video, I just want to share with you some honest tips that I have for you guys to make your journey much more enjoyable and a lot more efficient too, so you can get the things that you really want to get in Honkai Star Rail. Now, first things first, what I want to clarify is, if you are playing Honkai Star Rail thinking that it's just purely a turn-based game, I would say that that is not really true. In essence, yes, you play characters, it is a turn-based game, but the truth is, it's more than a resource. It's more of like a resource game rather than a turn-based game. And the resource is actually managing your Stellar Jades. As time tends to infinity, like if you play the game for 1-2 years, you will start to realize that you have a lot of credits, excess credits, you have a lot of excess like level up materials, your relics will look like this, like pages and pages of plus 15, and all of them are near maxed out. Sure, there's some like here and there new gear, but eventually you get them maxed out very quickly, which is why I would say that eventually your characters will all be fully well built. But the thing that will limit you in the long run is getting new characters in the game, and that is what I want you to be focused on. So the first tip that I have, after knowing that you shouldn't think of it just purely as a turn-based game, in fact it's a resource game as all gacha games actually are, is I don't want you to stress about full starring your pure fiction or Memory of Chaos. And that's like the first mistake I see most free-to-play players have. To be really honest, sometimes even I, with my account, do find the Memory of Chaos quite hard. It takes a bit of tuning and putting in the right characters. So as a free-to-play player, you won't have every single character in the game. You won't have a large roster pool, but you will have good decisions that you made along the way if you have, of course, been following our channel and the many other good guides out there here on YouTube. You can probably get by, and I just want to like put out some numbers for you. If you get every single rotation like 30 out of 36 stars, which means you don't even go into the final two here, which are a lot more difficult, you just clear like Memory of Chaos 10, you only lose out 120 pulls or these Stellar Jades. 120 of these Stellar Jades, sure, they try like tempt it with a bit of these extra feathers and whatnot, but if you think about it, if you divide like the amount of Stellar Jades required to get a 5-star, it's about 12,000 something, 12,800 for like 80 pools or something, which means you actually need 100 cycles of actually clearing 11 and 12 to actually guarantee yourself like one more 5-star. 100 cycles is nothing short, and in that 100 cycles you probably have needed to get like a lot of other characters. So it's actually very inefficient for free to play to expect to clear Memory of Chaos 12 all the time. Do I think that you can? Yes, I think any free to play can clear the Memory of Chaos of 12, but sometimes the rotation is just slightly unfavorable to you. Maybe it's not for example, maybe it's like a follow-up attack season, or maybe it's a quantum season, erudition season. You just don't have that characters. That's totally fine. Make sure you try to clear as far as you can. I think 10 is a very achievable target for most free-to-play all the time. You can definitely push on the 12 on certain good rotations. And that is like my first tip I would say that I have is expectations. Next up that I want to talk about is playing the characters you like. I see a lot of places online, they will say like, just pull for meta, you just pull the characters, for example like Jing Liu, pull Imbibitor Lune, and pull their respective supports like Fu Xuan, Sparkle, Ronmei, all these god tier supports. My first honest recommendation to most free-to-play players for a longevity in the game, like to enjoy the game fully, firstly, ask yourself 3 questions. 1, do you like the character itself? If let's say you really like Jing Yuan, it doesn't matter whether he's out or in meta, every limited character in Honkai Star Rail basically will have its day one day. And so far, there is no wrong decision for limited 5-star characters. All of them generally go through the same ups and downs. So that is the thing that I want you to think about. Do you like the characters? If you do like them, you want to build your teams around your favorite character. That will make you have a lot more enjoyment in game. For example, if you are playing Jing Yuan, you might want to pick up characters like Ting Yun and etc. to build your account. Look for the 4-star cast, and if you find it very difficult to find 4-star commentary, I have a video for every single character already with a free-to-play 4-star cast on the channel. Just search the character name with like best teams, you will find it on the channel. I try to make something that is good for even every single player in the game, whether you're free-to-play, whether you're whale or whatsoever, and that's what this channel like really aims to do. So that's the first thing. Once you find the character that you like, focus on building them up, learn their builds, learn, for example, their gear. Obviously, I don't really play Jingyuan that much. I'm more of a Zealer player. Learn their builds, learn what gear is better for them, who is the best characters for them, and you will probably max out the amount of resources you put in them. What I see in a lot of like larger spenders that are very inefficient is they will pull whatever character that is flavor of the month, but they don't really exactly know how to optimize their account, and they don't even clear like maximum full stars even with like hundreds and hundreds of dollars spent. Because Honkai Star Rail is still not an easy game. You still need to understand how to build characters, build teams and stuff like that. And that comes to my next point, which is the third point, which is there's no need for light cones and there's no need for Eidolons. Do you need E6? I would argue that Eidolons for a free-to-play player are not very, very important, and in fact, signature light cones are not very important either. Sure, you get a bit of damage increase. Sure, like it's nice because it's 5-star stats and whatnot. But if you are thinking about overall account efficiency, if you want to enjoy the game more, it's twofold, right? If you are, let's say you put your favorite character is Kafka, a lightning DPS, and you decide you want to get another character to pair well with Kafka, maybe Black Swan. So 2 huge investments. If you go for their signature light cone each, you could have been easily getting like a new character that will add a lot of value to your account. Like maybe you can pull like a Runmei to add in value and stuff like that, rather than like double downing on one character. In my opinion, for a free-to-play, it's better to widen your roster first so that you are able to tackle the ups and downs of the Memory of Chaos, helping you go a bit further. At the same time, you are also having a new playstyle, new enjoyment in the game. Sometimes it's very boring to like play the same character for like 2 months, 3 months because you are saving your pools for another one. Rather, I would recommend you just really think about not pulling for light cones. Eidolons is definitely not very important for a free-to-play player. And that's my honest recommendation. If you decide to go for light cones and Eidolons, know that you will have certain drops where you have nothing to pull on and nothing to even spend because you're free-to-play. You need to really decide very carefully. And I don't think it's worth skipping, for example, if you have like 100 pulls, wasting it on a light cone rather than getting a brand new playstyle, a brand new character as well. Personal opinion. Next up, every new character that I want to share with you is in the community. If you go anywhere on the media, every new character will always be hyped up. The banner character will always be super flashy because there is volume. People are looking for it. Content creators know that as well. So everyone is creating content. It's going to be everywhere, whether good or bad. It's just going to be all over your feed, the new spanking new character. So my recommendation will always be to ask yourself, do you like the character first? If you yourself, you don't even like the design, then just don't even bother about it. Like, my recommendation is just ignore it. Then the second thing is, if you like them like kind of, let's say you kind of like Sparkle's design, ask yourself, will you use the character? And if you will use your character and you do like them quite a bit, ask yourself, can you wait for a rerun? I think these are like 3 very important questions, because it tells you about what you truly want, not what the community tells you that they want. 2 is, will you use them is actually a needs basis. Do you actually need it right now? Will it help add value to your account? Can you wait for a rerun is about telling you whether this character is adding enough value to your account now such that it's worth you spending all your resources just to pull them. And there are like some important things that a lot of us, or at least amongst my peer group, that we think about whenever we are making like decision making on characters if you are free to play. Of course, my account here, I'm not a free to play because I'm a content creator. I create like as many guides for characters as I can, but that will be my honest recommendation on how I tackle like other games I play as a total free to play also. And just one more thing that I want to talk about really is upcoming characters are always very hyped because there's a lot of anticipation for them. Don't be stressed about pulling an upcoming character if you do not have the resources. More importantly, just stick to what you really like, save up. What I always like to do is make sure I have one guarantee. If you are playing a game like Honkai Star Rail, have one full guarantee, which is like roughly around 160. And then you can, that's when it becomes like a lot stress-free because you can pull on whatever character you want. It's a lot to get 160. Probably will take you about 3 to 4 months if you clear everything, maybe even slightly more. But as a free-to-play, we get to enjoy a very great game like Honkai Star Rail for free already. And if you found this video helpful, you might like to check out other videos on the channel where I talk about investment value of characters. In case any of you are wondering, is it actually worth it for the long run to buy like certain characters? We talk about all these kind of things on the channel, and if you appreciate such content, check out our other videos where I talk a bit more about light cones, Eidolons and stuff. If you really don't think that free-to-play shouldn't pull for any of that, check those videos out. You might find it quite interesting and helpful too as you're trying to build your account. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.